If I was to make a tiered list regarding which nightlife establishments are the best to party at here on Pattaya Walking Street, there is no doubt in my mind that this club would be up there as one of the worst, if not the worst. I've been putting off going to this particular place for quite a while now because I've heard some negative things about it, and I'm not going to say what those things are right now because the video that you're about to watch will explain everything from start to finish. It was quite a grim evening. It was raining, I was tired and mentally drained with the Indian nightlife here. However, everyone needs to know about all the that's happening on Walking Street right now. So I'm going to continue doing this until I see some change for the better. Leela Club has been regarded by itself as the ultimate nightlife destination in Pattaya. The grandeur, the awesomeness, the ambience. Not sure about that, but let's see. I came quite early and this place was absolutely packed, and I'm now starting to understand why this is. Even though the regular clubs such as Republic, Tunnel and Mist don't fully pack out until around 3 AM, it seems to be the opposite for the Indian clubs. They pack out from around 11 PM, but once it hits 2:30 AM, the customers begin to leave. Whether it's because the prices are too high for them, or that the clubs in India close at 2 AM, or that they are taking a girl back to the hotel room, I have no clue. But it probably isn't the taking a girl back to the hotel room, because the majority of people here were dudes. I would estimate around 70% male and 30% female. 10% of the females that were present looked like they had customers whom they had met on a previous occasion and that they had purchased VIP seating and bottles. The other 20% consisted of girls who were mainly sitting in the corner or at the back of the club waiting for their next customer. But in general, this place just had so many dudes walking around, dancing, entering the club, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But how can a club regard itself as the ultimate nightlife destination when there's so many dudes around? Come on, I've said it before and I'll say it again. To be a good nightclub, you'd need to attract a diverse customer base, and the gender ratio should lean slightly more towards female. I did see a couple of Southeast Asians, but they left straight away, and I think I was the only Westerner in here. The music and other entertainment were by far the worst thing I've experienced here at a club on Walking Street. I have no idea who the hell was in charge of setting the decibel levels of the music, but he needs to be replaced. The whole club was distorting like crazy. Every time the deep bass beats went boom, 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 I could hear the vibrations coursing down my body. I couldn't hear myself, I couldn't hear anyone else. The music was ridiculously loud that I started to get a headache. My ears were bleeding so much that I was genuinely so close to f***ing this place off and going to another Indian nightclub. The volume levels were like Khao San Road in Bangkok, but all packed into one place. Even when I moved upstairs or to the other side of the club, it didn't make a difference. The music itself was below average, boring ass trap music that had the same climactic points and beat rhythms, but what was more annoying was that when the DJ actually played a popular Indian or pop song, it was completely ruined. A lot of songs are known for its iconic melodies and harmonies, and that's what we should be hearing. Not a subpar rendition that removes 80% of that in order to sound even more electronic. A good DJ is someone who is able to mix tracks that strike a good balance between sounding electronic, but also maintaining a lot of the qualities from the original song. From what I've discovered in other Indian clubs in regards to having separate acts such as belly dancing or aerial silk dancing, Leela was quite disappointing. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Boss Club was way more aesthetic, and despite my negativity towards Jawa Club, even the music there was better. I know Leela hold events on the odd occasion which may brighten the atmosphere a little bit, but so do the other clubs. The only good thing about the entertainment here were the on-screen visuals such as this lion. That did look pretty cool. I'm starting to understand why shisha is so commonly smoked, because if you pair that with the drinking and the on-screen visuals, I can only imagine that hypnotic feeling being a lot more pleasurable. Okay, let's get to why we all clicked on this video. How much does everything cost? I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is that I can now show you how much everything costs. The bad news, which isn't really bad news because it's news that we're already aware of, it's expensive as hell. But actually not too bad compared to a couple of the other expensive clubs. A small Chang is priced at 280, Leo at 290, Singer 340, Heineken 360, and a Corona at 470 baht. Ugh. Cocktails were 380, and beer towers were 1,720. I usually opt for a Sangsom bottle or Regency because that's what the Thai locals drink, but they price the Sangsom here at a ridiculous rate. Other bottle prices are all here if you want to stop and pause the video to read. The mixers, God. A jug of orange juice for 830, water 260, ice 260, and a lemon slice for 150? Can someone please convince me in the comment section in justifying why it is acceptable to price a lemon slice at 150 baht? I clearly don't have the capacity to understand this right now. This little lemon slice is literally half of the staff members' daily wages. It's just a total... Oh, I've had enough of this. The ultimate nightlife destination? More like the ultimate rip-off destination? Alright, time now to head to the dance floor. I always like to head to the dance floor because I want to try and understand the appeal in this. Usually, people get up on the dance floor when they've had quite a few drinks inside them, or if they have a lady to dance with. But it seems to be a common thing here in the Indian clubs where people just get up on the dance floor regardless and just go wild. I'm starting to understand the addiction to the dancing thing, but nevertheless, it was still really uncomfortable. It's very hard to maintain a balance when you have people in your surroundings constantly shoving and barging you. But I'm starting to get used to it now. I'm telling you, if this level of shoving and barging happened frequently in the other clubs, there would be so many fights. I even managed to capture a couple of altercations of people misbehaving here. I've also complained a bit in the past about how some of the staff or security weren't respectful in the other Indian clubs, and you could argue, AJ, you're just being mean now. Alright, you want some proof? Fine. Even Leela Club have publicly released a statement firing an employee for misbehaving with customers, misbehaving with co-workers, and was allegedly found guilty for his bad habits. I don't know if I'm getting trolled right now, but if this is true, then fair play. I know I've given Leela Club a lot of stick this whole video, but credit where credit is due, the management have stepped up, and you know what, because of that, this is not the worst club. I don't say things just for the sake of saying things. Everything I say or document in my videos are simple, honest, and true. Whilst I was dancing, I found a couple of 20 baht notes on the floor, and at first, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. Real 20 bahts? On the floor? No way. But it was true. I picked them up, took out a few of my own 20s, and gave a couple to the security guards and the person playing the doll, because I understand how tiring the jobs here must be, and they are probably getting underpaid. At one point, some guy was standing on the DJ stage and started throwing money, and for a split second, I thought they were actual 20s, but nope. They were fake as usual. Even on the note, the designer can't spell Pattaya correctly. I still don't understand the whole fake money throwing thing. Here is a proper example of how to throw money the right way. These guys are throwing real money, okay? So stop being stingy and do it properly. Speaking of things that I don't understand, I'm starting to notice a pattern in these Indian nightclubs where a lot of money seems to have been invested into the interior design and the music equipment, but when it comes to the restrooms, it feels like their budget has run out. The restroom area was quite small, and this is the flimsiest lock that I've ever seen in a toilet cubicle. I know it seems like a stupid thing to point out, but if Leela Club are going to be charging us with these jacked up prices, the least they could do is get the toilet lock right. Anyway, if this video gets 1,000 likes again, then I'll continue the series. The club got boring after 2 AM, my ears were completely busted and everyone was leaving, so I left as well. The waiters were really nice, security were okay, and I actually didn't have a problem getting into the club. Upon entry, the guard asked me if I was Indian, which was quite funny, and I just went along with it and said yes, and he let me in. I think Leela Club have gone the extra mile into ensuring that the customers are well looked after, which is reassuring, but apart from that, there wasn't anything appealing about the place, and I don't think it's all Leela's fault, but nonetheless, just go somewhere else.